Hi, this is Balaboom Mom. In today's video, I'm going to share my experience of applying and obtaining a Thai DTV visa, specifically for pregnancy and giving birth treatment. So if you are interested in why I choose to give birth in Thailand and spend my maternity leave there, stay tuned for my next video. For those who are not familiar with the Thai DTV, it's called Destination Thailand Visa. It is a multi-entry visa valid for 5 years, allowing you to stay in Thailand for up to 180 days per entry. There are plenty of videos explaining its benefits, so I won't repeat them here. Instead, I will focus on my experience applying for DTV visa based on pregnancy, as I haven't seen the other documenting this process. I hope this information helps anyone considering this option. So my home country is the United States, and I applied for the DTV visa from there, which is preferred actually by the Thai authorities. The visa must be applied for outside of Thailand, and I have heard that Thai officials might question applicants submitted in a third country rather than your own home country. And the visa fee is $400 per person. Financial requirements, there is a minimum 500,000 Thai baht per person in the bank as proof of sufficient funds. And step 1, financial preparation. First, I made sure we were financially prepared for the application. Since I was applying for myself, my husband, and my 2-year-old son, I ensured that our bank statements meet the requirements. Then step 2, choose a city. I decided to give birth in Chiang Mai, Thailand for a few reasons. So first, it's less touristy and more family-friendly. And Chiang Mai is known to be laid back and ideal for families, lower cost of living, and also hospital expenses. Medical costs in Chiang Mai are generally cheaper than in Bangkok. And also cheap flight air tickets for me, just me. Surprisingly, flights to Chiang Mai from the United States were more affordable than those to Bangkok. And step 3, contacting hospitals. I reached out to Chiang Mai Ram Hospital and Bangkok Hospital Chiang Mai. And Chiang Mai Ram Hospital couldn't approve visa support, but Bangkok Hospital Chiang Mai responded positively. They sent me last year's delivery package information and confirmed they could provide the required documents for the DTV visa. And documents requested by Bangkok Hospital Chiang Mai listed as follows: passport copies, both all my husband's and my son's, and also pregnancy-related medical reports. Then address of the Royal Thai Embassy where I would apply my visa. So based on my location, the embassy I was using is Royal Thai Consulate General in New York. Preferred appointment date and times. At this stage, I realized my husband's passport had expired and my son didn't have one yet. So we renewed them first, which took about 2 weeks. Once we had everything, I sent the required documents back to the hospital. The Bangkok hospital are very responsive. Just a couple days, I already received their invitation letters and also the appointment slip. So I have all the documents ready. I'm ready to apply for the DTV visa online. And the website is www.thaivisa.go.th. So documents I prepared for myself. First, I have to apply my own DTV visa. The passport first page and a passport photo, hospital invitation letter, and appointment slip, which I got from Bangkok Hospital, and my driver license in the United States to prove my current living address. And then bank account statement. I submitted the latest one month. Depends on where applying for. I heard some embassy ask people to submit like 6 months, minimum 6 months of a bank account statement, but I didn't say that the requirements on my application. So I only submitted the latest 1 month, and actually it worked. And then airplane number. I didn't purchase the air ticket. I just provided a flight number that I might take to go to Thailand, and then expected arrival date and Thai address. So I booked 1 week hotel stay and provided its address and also contact information as my Thai address. One tips, check all your information before submitting. The websites have some bugs, really. I have run through a couple quirky things while I was applying. First is the autofill features can misplaced in the content. So for me, I put my first name, last name, and then I figured it out. Actually, when I try to submit, when I review it before I submit, I find out it actually placed I think it's my last name to the middle name. So I corrected that. Be careful with that. Their official website can have bugs, so considering that. And also another thing is their Thai name order differs from Western standard. So be careful with the first name, last name, and the order's placement. Do double check. After submitting my application, I attempted payment. However, the website locked me out and didn't receive or didn't show me. I didn't show me whether I'm success or not, and I didn't receive a receipt. I contacted my credit card company, and they advised me to check again after a few days to avoid duplicate payments. Eventually, I tried again without a VPN, which turned out maybe my VPN is the thing turned the payment things off, which is not the first time. And sometimes when I do purchase in other online website, if I have VPN turned on, the payment cannot go through smoothly either. So I have a hint on that. So try that again, turn off my VPN, and then try the payment again. And this time, I received a confirmation email immediately, indicates that my payments went through correctly. But the Thai e-Visa website is still a little bit quirky though. They logged me out right away without informing me I have successfully paid. But when I log back to the website, I saw the status gets changed. Indicates I have paid correctly and I have the receipt. So that gave me peace of mind. Then step 6, additional document requests. 3 days later, I received a request for further documentation. Details are financial evidence, bank statement showing at least 16,000 per person or 36,000 USD for a joint account. Since I had applied with a joint account, I needed additional proof. Where I combined multiple bank statements into one PDF and wrote a sponsor letter clarify that our finance met the requirement per person. 7. It's long waiting and follow-up. I waited 90 days before my expected arrival date. After waiting for a month with no status update, I called the Royal Thai Consulate General in New York. A representative informed me that my case was categorized as a low priority because I had applied too early. Yeah, they assured me that my case would be reviewed about 30 days before my arrival date. So as my flight date approached and ticket prices increased, I sent an email explaining I needed my visa to schedule last trimester doctor appointments. I was considering an early departure for health reasons, and I also needed to apply for my family's DTV visa next, and I needed to hire nanny in advance for postpartum help. So if I can get my DTV, all this requires my DTV visa status gets finalized, then I can move forward. And I hope the Thai consulate can consider my situation and update my visa status quickly. And then 2 days later, my visa got approved. Right after I sent that email, I actually received the email back in the next day say my visa will be reviewed soon. And then 2 days later, I received my e-visa from email. After that, it's applying for family DTV visa, which is super duper simple. most of the documents are the same. The only thing is now you are applying for spouse and a child, so you need to have the additional documents like marriage certificate or birth certificate to prove the relationship between the applicant and the dependent. And also you need a bank statement again per applicant. So I wrote another sponsorship letter to indicate our financial support, confirming we met the financial requirements per person. And then just like that, 3 days later, all my families got DTV Visa too. And then one note about young children and DTV visas. Technically, children need a DTV visa, but there are no penalties for overstaying under underage dependents. However, overstaying could result in a red stamp on their passport. But from what I heard, nobody get a penalty. I mean, the kid never get a penalty or rejected re-entry in Thailand. So this is a personal choice whether you want to spend that $400 or not. And most importantly, if you want to apply a DTV visa for a kid, make sure your financial bank account statement have enough proof that you can support her. You can support the kid too. Then conclusion. Overall, the process went smoothly. If you have any questions, I highly recommend contacting the Royal Thai Consulate where you are applying, as they were very responsive and helpful. Thank you for watching. I hope my experience helps you. And in my next video, I will explain why I choose to give birth overseas. If you are interested in, stay tuned.